I only just had enough time to get out of my tweety pajamas. I've been thinking. I'm taking it to the caravan. So welcome to the Saturday sit-down, smack-down, she-shed, speakeasy, something. I'm a bit riled up. Dudes and dudettes, we are at day 14 of the Inclusive Practice Challenge, and we need to pivot. I was up this morning, checking my views, and looking as unglamorous as my subject. Now, I'm not pivoting because I'm thinking, you know what? I won't be able to sell these people anything. The only idea I want to be selling is that inclusion is a human right. So I started off thinking, look, let's use what I'm good at. Waving a pen. No. Sharing resources, sharing ideas, techniques I've tried, frameworks, approaches, just stories of absolute brilliance from these kids that I work with. I was sharing with my colleagues, fellow teachers, and whānau who are supporting people just to make their lives easier. But now I need to stop and look again at the real reason that this YouTube channel started and why this challenge exists. The challenge isn't to educate you, not all of it anyway. It's not your fault that the people around you are preserving their positions and do not want any kind of challenge from anybody that looks like they're going to change something. It ain't you, babe. Oh, it ain't you, babe. It ain't you I need to be educating, babe. I don't like Dylan. See, you'd do inclusion if you could, but at the moment you just can't. So here's the switch. I want a law change. I want people with oversight over our children who are vulnerable, who are neurodiverse, who have complex needs, who have special needs, whatever label you are using, to have a minimum level of training before they're allowed to be in that space. The government fund training for RTLB. You cannot be an RTLB unless you do the training after a certain amount of time. It's the same with resource teachers of the deaf, for deaf and hard of hearing. It's the same for blind and low vision. But for complex education needs, there's nothing. No training required. It's okay if you just have a heart for it. I am heartily sick of hearing that. Now, that is not saying that people who have a heart for working with our kids are all useless. No. I'll tell you a story. I worked in a place where somebody who had a heart for it, I was told, put their hand on a young girl's vagina and asked her if she needed to go to the toilet. Now, when I mentioned this, complained about it, I was told that I was being a little bit over the top and that person didn't need to leave the room. Yes, that person needs to leave the room. Get that person away from our children now. And because of people like this, we need to educate and regulate. So we're going to get to a space where if you see the evil and speak the evil, they have to hear the evil. My thinking is that if there's a minimum level of training, we also need to follow that up with accountability measures. Training is just the first bit. After that, you've got to show that you're taking measures to be inclusive. Give us your stand down stats. Give us the amount of hours per day each special child is in school. Why is that? What are you doing to change that if it's low hours? So can you get your specialist trained teacher onto that, please? Can you support that specialist trained teacher to make this successful? You see how the flow-on effect would be happening? See, I'm not saying any of this properly. I just know there has to be a change, that this is a key area where the change needs to happen. Because if you don't force a change, you're not going to see the change. This might take years. I'm going to fail. I'm going to do dumb stuff, but I'm going to push on. Today I'm wearing a badge that says, I am the audacity. I have the audacity to start this. I'm going to look like a damn fool. I don't know the SEO search terms. I don't know the YouTube. I don't know what the thumbnail should be. But you know what? We've got to push past. Presence is just the minimum for our kids. I'm going to be the audacity. I hope you join in at any point. I'm not sure what the rest of the videos are going to look like after this. It's probably going to be a mishmash of stuff, but the North Star is that law's got to change. If there's already people doing this, let me know. So that's where we are. That's the mish. I want to say peace out. I'm going to resist it. Peace out.